In our last episode, we completed our Piglin Trading Center here, and now it's time to kick it off. So I had worked out that 12 items was the perfect timing for the hopper clock here. So let's check it out, see what these guys are doing. They should all get a little bit of gold. There you go. Trading. It all kicks off, so now we just have to keep this thing fed. These boys will trade with us 24/7. We're going to be rich. Rich beyond our wildest dreams. Yes, work, my little minions. Mwah. Hey going everyone, my name is Microcosm and welcome to episode 24 of our Let's Play series. I thought I'd show you that little kick off on the Piglin Trading Farm because last time we were there it wasn't quite ready to go. Hello cat. Here, puss. Psst. Good kitty. Follow me. No particular reason. I just wanted that cat. Look at its eyes. Isn't that great? How do you guys call cats? That piss thing? I know there's a lot of ways around the world to call cats. That's how we do it in Ireland, and it seems to be how we do it in Australia too. Though everybody's different, I suppose. Anyway, that's a little sidetrack. Let me tell you what's going on here. Oh yes, I was showing you the Piglin Trading Hall getting kicked off. Well, you got to see that, and now it's all running smoothly. Everybody has their gold ingots and they're trading good-o. So every once in a while I'll pop in there and AFK during the night and then feed them some more gold ingots so we get all our goodies into that quite huge storage area below. Huge for a single player world at least. Anyway, what we're going to be doing today is kind of winging it a little bit. It's been a while since we had a chat and caught up, so I thought I'd do some of that whilst I got some of this village finished off. When I say finished off, I mean kind of up to date, where I feel it should be more than anything else. We started on our trees here, our little custom birch trees, right? And I didn't get any more done. I've only got a few around, so I'd quite like to get some more of those in. I want to get some facades on the houses put in because they're just plain at the moment, so that needs doing. So a little bit of outdoor work here. I really should do an interior or two. I did promise I would do some, maybe once a week or once a fortnight I'd do one or two just to keep up to date with it and not overwhelm myself because that's rough going, the interiors. We all remember what the last time was like. And other than that, I'm thinking fences and hedges and bits and pieces because, this area, the docks, is kind of the only area that feels like it's somewhat done at the moment. And I've been playing in this world for a while now and I want to feel like some more areas are finished. I've kind of spread things thin, and so we have things like this where it's just there isn't even a window in there. It's just a hole in a wall. What the bloody hell? Like, there's things lying around here, just random leaves and blocks and stuff. Let's put them to good use and get on with it. And while I do that, we can have a little catch up and a little chat about some stuff, right? And the first thing I suppose that I need to tell you is some bad news, because over here at our stable we have an empty stable. And now I don't know, maybe this isn't as bad a news as you think it's going to be, but remember our horse? Call it 117, so we could be on 117 while not being on 117. Well, 117 is gone. And I have no bloody idea where 117 went. They just disappeared. You're alright though, mate, aren't you? Yeah, so we left that horse up here. I had a little spot at the top where I had my hey, behave yourself. I had a space here for the lead, and so I popped off. I remember doing it, and I put the lead on here and it was all tied up. 117 had diamond armor, by the way. So this is definitely not him. Plus, he doesn't have a name. But anyway, we left him here and went off to do our other business elsewhere in the village. And I think I was going back and forth and going back into the house quite a few times before I noticed that the horse was gone. And I have searched everywhere. I have a little confession to make. And this happened a little while ago. I mean, it was probably a few weeks back now. And I looked for the horse and I could not find the horse. And I used to leave it here as well and tie it to this post here. I checked here. I checked all around the islands. I checked all the areas outside the island. No sign of the horse. So I'm a little baffled, to be honest, because I didn't know that horses could despawn. I don't think they can despawn, especially not named. They can't despawn. So something has happened to 117, and it seems they may have died. And I don't know how that happens. Maybe some of you guys watching now have some clue as to how that might have come about. Maybe they got in the way whilst an iron golem was trying to hit a zombie or something. I have no idea, but they're gone. But we have our little horse there, and that's what matters. They survived so far. What I'm going to do though is first on the agenda. I've been promising to do this for a while, and I did call on people to put in the comments names and ideas for names for animals. But, you know, I know you guys have lots of things to be doing. Plus, the audience isn't huge at the moment, though it is a little huger than it used to be. I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, I asked for that, and you guys, you did give me the 117 thing. But I wonder, do I have enough name tags now? Because I used a lot of name tags on those piglins. I think I have more over here. But I'm going to come up with some names for these animals. And I'm kind of excited for it. I'm grateful to you guys that make me, actually force me into being creative about these names. So I'll come up with something, right? And we'll name our animals. Yes, indeed. I've got 8 more over here, so that's plenty. Let's put these fish back because I don't need them at the moment. So our first animal name will be, of course, our horse, who will from now on be known as 117.1. Okay? I'm not going to bring him out. I'm kind of afraid to lose another horse. I hear a zombie. Must be below me somewhere. Makes me nervous. Okay, so next. Next is our brand new kitty over here, who I've decided to call Sinatra, after old Blue Eyes himself. Fitting, right? Good kitty. This old stray over here in the harbour is going to be called Docker. Now that's for a couple of reasons. Lives on the dock, sure, but also there's a football team, an AFL team in Australia called the Dockers, and though I don't really follow AFL that much, I thought it'd be a nice homage to my home country. And last but certainly not least is this little boy here. Now, we've been through some stuff, haven't we, boy? And in honor of that, you guys will know if you've seen previous episodes. Actually, I released it as a short as well. So this boy is going to be known as... Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I thought about calling him Witness Protection, but I'm not sure how protected he is, to be honest. But time now to get into a little bit of gardening. And while we do, I just wanted to touch on something that may seem like not much of a big deal to a lot of you, maybe to most of you, but to me it is quite a big deal. And I just wanted to kind of celebrate it a little bit, you know, without going overboard. Last week we hit 10 subscribers on the channel for the first time. And like I said, I think most people probably start out and they kick off their channel and they've got their Facebook friends or their family or, you know, lots of people that they know that they tell about it, and immediately they get some. And a lot of people grow faster than this channel has grown, because there's a fair few little videos on this channel now. Not tons, but you know, it's getting up there. And I've had some comments from people saying, you know, why isn't there as many subscribers on the channel as you might imagine it should have? And to be honest, I don't have much of an answer for that. I have theories and I have an idea of how the algorithm works, and I'm kind of okay with that, you know. I'm not in a huge rush for this to grow, and I certainly don't want it to grow out of proportion. What I mean by that is sometimes you'll have a viral video, or sometimes you'll hit on a trendy topic or something, and a lot of people will watch a particular video and then hit the sub button, disappear, never watch anything again that you do, right? And that's fine, and sometimes that'll kick off somebody's channel and even a career on YouTube for them, and more power to you. But for me, kind of all along, I thought to myself, if I was going to do this, that I would like people to sub or come back more often than not, you know, not just watch a video and say, hey, that was cool, hit the sub button, walk off. I'd like a little community here if possible. And it seems that seems to be what's happening. I see a lot of you guys coming back and watching time and time again, and that brings a little joy to my heart when I see people coming back and watching and commenting. It's really nice to see, and it makes all this worthwhile. And so whilst 10 subscribers may not seem like a lot to some, or in the grand scheme of YouTube, to me, it's everything. So thank you to my 10 subscribers, and raise a glass and cheers to the next 10, maybe 50, maybe 100. We'll look back and we'll say, oh, remember when it was 10? But today, I'm celebrating 10. And so here's our little update for our trees. I've done a few now. Just jumped back in to show you guys what I've been up to, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. I feel like it needs more, to be honest. But what I will do, I think, is take out these ones. The original birch trees need to go. So I think they all need to go, which means I need to build more of these to make it look like the place is nice and green and wholesome. Keep the village looking alive. So more work to do on that. Unfortunately, I've run out of materials for now, so I'll have to go on a grind to get more wood and leaves and all the bits and pieces that I need to make these things. But it's a nice little upgrade to the village to have a few more, I think, and we'll keep working on it as we go. For now, it's time to take a break from that and move on to something else. So I think we'll do some facades, some fronts for these houses. Whoop! Ow. So while we do this, let's have a little chat about what's next for the channel. Hello, do you mind? Cheers, mate. Yeah, so this channel that, I mean, you're watching it, so you must enjoy it a little bit. So you'll be interested in knowing what we're going to be doing next. Well, that's kind of up in the air at the moment. So I would really appreciate anybody's input on that in the comments section if you're willing, because there's a few options. All right, I could do another let's play. By the way, let's not get scared. This one is not finished by any stretch of the imagination. This one will continue for a good while yet. Kind of undetermined at this point. The reason being that I intend to go until 1.18 is released, and then maybe we'll do another let's play. But that's what's in question here, is a let's play the way we want to go. If you're enjoying this, and of course if you're here, then you must be, a little bit at least, right? Then maybe you want another let's play, but do let me know if you do. I'd be interested in doing it for sure. I think I've done all these windows around here. Let's go over to the other side. Though I do find that with the let's play, it takes up a lot of my time and doesn't leave much room for anything else to be done on the channel. You guys will have noticed that I've got a couple of little time lapses there, a couple of shorts, not much else, because by the time I go through everything I need to do for an episode of this, that's kind of all my time for the week, you know? It's about an episode per week at the moment. So the question will be, do I do things like tutorials or how-tos? You know, little build ideas and things like that. Would you enjoy that? Or do you want to see a larger project? Something long-term in a world like this? You know, these are all options that I'm open to and I'm thinking about. So if you want to get your hand into the decision making, now's your chance. Down in the comments, away you go. But porque no nos dos, micro? Well, fair enough. Why not do both? Apart from time, as I mentioned, I can't get up there. Scaffolding to the rescue. Apart from time, just to do a let's play, there's not really any reason that I couldn't do both or play around with other content for you guys, even different games if you were interested. So that's an option, but only if I cut back the episodes a little bit. So I have relatively large projects on this, not huge, but for a single player world, relatively large projects. I think I might be done around here too. Time for something else on these facades. And so what I could do is keep it going with the old Let's Play series, 118, new start, new world, and it can be long term too. I think 118 will allow us to do that a little better than this version will. But also, I could do other things if, and only if, I cut down episode length a little bit. Maybe you'd be delighted with that. Some of these episodes are a little long, perhaps for what you want. But they're the options that I'm throwing around, thinking about any given time. And so let me know if you particularly want any kind of content on this channel. This now, there may be only 10 subscribers there, but you know, anybody that comes in and watches this, it's now your channel as much as it is mine. So let me know what you would want. Also, I've been thinking about, is it time yet for things like a Discord channel? Would you want a Discord channel to pop in and have a chat occasionally? Let me know about that too. I'll do that when it feels right. When I feel like there's enough of a demand for things like that, I'll probably go about doing that. But in the meantime, don't you worry, don't you fret. This series is going nowhere. And that will be determined by 118, as I said. The reason I've been thinking about it, of course, is because coming up very shortly, actually, let me just check. It will literally be 3 hours from now. If you're watching this video when it's put out, 3 hours from now will be Minecon Live, right? And that's why I've been thinking about this thing. I think all these are done too. Are they done? Yeah. Okay, good. On to the next thing. And we love some Minecon Live, don't we? It's going to give us an idea of what's happening with 118 and probably a little insight into 119 and what that's going to look like. So a lot of information is going to come from that. I'll be watching. I know you guys will too. I hope you're excited. We kind of expect to know after that has aired when 118 will be out. So all these questions might need to be answered pretty quick, or maybe not quickly at all, depending on what they tell us. Personally, I kind of expect it to be around January when it comes out, and that will give us plenty of time to do what we need to do and want to do in this series. And I have plenty of plans for interesting things to happen. To be honest, if 118 is suddenly out next week, I wouldn't worry, guys. I'm not going to just abandon this world. I want to get things finished and leave you with a satisfying ending to this whenever we get there before 118 kicks off. So if I do a Let's Play in 118, chances are I'll do it concurrently with this, or I will finish this before I kick that one off. I just heard a horse. Did you guys hear that? What did I just see? Well, that was a cow. Was that you that made that noise? I'm so confused. Do cows go poof, like a horse? That's a bad impression of a horse and a cow. Can you do it again? You do the poof. I feel like, given the amount of time I've played Minecraft, I should know this, but I was thinking about my horse earlier, so now I feel like I heard the horse. Maybe I'm going crazy. Is he underground? No, it was the cow, right? That was the cow that made that noise. I'm just going crazy. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh, now I'm sad about my horse again. Well, let's take our minds off that by building a town marketplace. Right here at the center. Where I come from originally, that's what used to happen. Of a Sunday, a little market would spring up near the town center, usually around a town hall or something like that. So that's what we'll do here. We'll try to make ourselves a little market stall or 2 or 3, and I'll try to do a diagonal one to begin with and see how it looks. And then if I like it, we might do another one over there, maybe one there. And then we'll do something in the center here as well and make this place look a little bit busy, a little bit alive, like there's something happening at the weekend. So that's our little backdrop for our first stall. Like I said, today we're winging it, so we'll see what it becomes. With a few pistons and some fences, it's starting to look a little more solid. Add in the traditional wool awning. With a little decoration, we have ourselves a flower stall. I don't have anything filled here yet, but we could put some flowers in here. It'd be a nice little place to store them, wouldn't it? Got a few more chests over here. It could work out pretty well. Which is pretty good because the storage in the house over there is getting fairly full up and there's not a lot of room to spread out. So these stalls will serve 2 purposes. Not just aesthetically pleasing, they'll actually work as storage for us. I like it. I might add a few little bits and pieces to it as I'm going about and getting ideas. But I'm going to go ahead and add some more of these. And I'll bring you back once they're in. You can have a look and see what they look like at the end. Guys, look. This guy, I had wiped this guy out of Nautilus shells when I saw he was selling them. I got 5 from him. And then I wandered back up. I don't want to turn around because I don't want to spoil the reveal for the marketplace. Not that it's spectacular, but I just don't want to spoil it. Anyway, hello mate, let's go nose to nose here. I came back down and I thought, well, I didn't really check the rest of his inventory. I just saw packed ice. I've got packed ice, don't really need it. So I happened to look again and he's selling jungle saplings. I almost missed them. For all my time in this world, I haven't been able to get my hands on jungle saplings. I happen to have a few emeralds here for my trading. So let's get whatever he'll sell us of jungle saplings. Come here, buddy. Yeah, me too. Cheers, dude. Cool, we have jungle saplings. Alright, lads and lassies, let's make our way up here so I can show you what we've got now by way of our Sunday market. We have a little area for our bells here. Put a couple down, so that they can gather in a space that isn't just that spot where it was just stuck to the side of this fountain here. So that's a little more permanent, a little better. We've already seen the flower stall. So over here, next to our nice new bench, we have another one over there, is this guy. This guy is selling wool by the chest load. And we'll bring over our wool later and fill these up to make it easier for us to get things, you know, not have to run all the way over there to get them as well. Same goes for this guy here who has come in with his cart, bringing his nice new horse. This is not 117. Hello, mate. he brought his cart in to sell us some honey and some honeycomb and the likes. So that's what that looks like. He's got a few beehives there, all filled and ready to go, that he can empty the honey out of. Need be. Over here we have a guy who's set up a little bar, just impromptu. He's selling beer and wine and whatever comes in bottles. Yeah, just to keep us all refreshed as we're walking around our market. And of course the obligatory fishmonger. You have to have a fishmonger at a market, don't you? So this guy has all kinds of fish to sell us, as well as some squid ink. Now that we have a decent amount, we might fill that barrel up there with squid ink. So again, we can just get our hands on it whenever we want. So what do we think? We like our nice new market. I think it adds to the place quite well. And let's see, I don't have my scaffolding with me. There we go, that's better. Let's take a look from a little bit of a higher vantage point. Everything looks a little bit different when you get up high, doesn't it? Look at the irony of this. I did this. This guy over here that's selling the wool is the only one who refused, the only one of the side stalls who refused to use wool as his canopy. Stubborn, you see. He'll sell it to these guys, but he's not going to use his own wares. But that's it, a small little market for our small little village, and I think it fits in pretty well, don't you? And adds a little bit of colour, a little bit of life to the place, especially once the villagers get wind of the fact that it's over here and start coming over to do a bit of shopping. But looking at this, I think we can finish up by doing a little bit of landscaping, make the place look a little more realistic, more importantly, a little more lived in line with everything else that we've done in the rest of the episode. So let's jump into a little time lapse. Now that that is done, and with a little bit of bone mealing, now we can see that it looks quite a bit better, I think. We have some walls up and we have some stairs in, and everything looks a little bit more established. Let's do a little bit of a walk around through the town, just to give you a feel for the place now that that is done. Obviously we have our trees in place, so it drags the eye up slightly as you're walking through. But yeah, we've got a number of things going on here now to make it all look a little more realistic. Like this guy has a garden in his backyard now. He's grown some veg to keep him and his family nice and satiated. What have you been up to, buddy? I don't have any iron on me to help you. I'll do it later. And around the place we'll find little touches and bits and pieces, like additional walls, plants and bushes, and the occasional pig farm. with one escaped. Fantastic. Some things left to do is things like this, where we have a little square to be made, and that's going to have to wait for another time. But it's on the agenda. I have 2 or 3 of them to make on this side of the village. Back here we have a pig farmer working away with his piggies. Nice of you to jump in there just to make that look realistic. Thanks, mate. And generally the place just looks a little bit more alive, especially with the market here. It's all kind of coming together. We will keep adding little bits and pieces as we go, and as the mood takes us to decorate, and as we're doing more interiors, etc, etc. But for now, we're going to have to call it a day. But next time, join me, because where we're going, there be dragons. Oh yes. Till then, stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you next time.